It just looks like today Shopify are on their A game. So Noun's got to bring it, man. This is not a team that's going to go down easy. So I think overall we're in store for some really, really good games, which I'm excited for.
Mhm.
Yeah, and one thing I've been looking at is like I was just kind of doing some reviews on each of the series these guys play, and honestly, both of these teams have been very diverse in their drafting. Like they have their favorite heroes and stuff, but not really seeing any common openers. They're really adapting to each game, so I think this will be a pretty dynamic series in terms of where it goes. We've seen a couple series that just same draft gets played back a couple
10
games in
seconds
a
left.
row, and now we've got at
Clock
least three
starts
games
now.
to go and two teams that know that
5
they can use
seconds.
a good chunk of the Dota roster.
There it is, man.
Yeah.
The good
Dire choice.
the
Let's
you know,
go
I'm
to
gonna make
site.
this same joke again. The undoing of Shopify earlier in this tournament was the undying for Husky. So
Mhm.
this is something that they just really like taking first phase, and Shopify respond with an instant death profit, which is pretty strong actually into this undying lane. So they've
10
come
seconds.
prepared. They're gonna try
Yeah.
something new here.
Recycling jokes like nouns is
5
recycling
seconds.
drafts here, Ricky. I expect a little bit more creativity from you.
It's all right.
Yeah, but
I
step it up. We are the grand finals after
we
all.
got a long day. I got a whole bag of tricks here to
Oh,
pull stuff
of
out of. So
reuse tricks,
no.
secondhand tricks, if you would.
Yeah, they're hand me downs. It's fine.
A DP tiny opening is pretty strong though. This is probably going to be the 3 and the 4. So you have 10 given away seconds. quite a bit with your drafts so far on Shopify. Although this undying is almost certainly going to 5
Mm-hmm.
be
seconds.
Husky. 4, We did 3, begin. see Moose. Was it Moose? It was someone on Five Rat. They might have. I think it was Moose. Yeah, run Undying 4. Did they not?
Yeah, they did, and it
And it
went
was a
very poorly
complete
for them.
disaster. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't imagine Nouns is going to reuse that trick. This will
Yeah.
probably just be in position 5, and they'll pick something relatively safe. When you run on dying lanes, you don't generally go for a ton of kill potential. You just want something that is able to farm
That
and push
was
the enemies out.
that was the like very famous start to the game where Arteezy says undying for dot 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 because he was so upset that he was going against like an undying timber
Timbersaw.
Undying
lane.
Timbersaw,
Yeah,
yeah.
as a
That
Marcy,
was
he's like, cool, I don't get and then they ended up winning the lane, so it didn't matter. But yeah, that was a good time. That was funny.
yeah. Well, and this Undying here is weird because like you pick it early and
Radiant gets
it
the ban.
it used to be kind of flexible. It's like, oh, we could throw it 4 if we need to. Maybe it's off lane, maybe it's 5. But I think it's kind of just found its spot. Not many people are trying to run that Undying 3 anymore. Obviously, there's the Enigma pick, so that kind of shuffles that option away.
10 seconds.
So yeah, they see their safe lane support and they say, hey, we're gonna grab our off lane because now we know what we're dealing
We're
with.
starting in 5 seconds with or without
I think both teams are pretty happy with this first phase.
you. All right. Dire gets the ban. Yeah. I mean, picking the Enigma into the tiny can be a little bit scary. I mean, Avalanche is just such a huge AoE stun. A lot of time you're going to be able to interrupt the black hole as long as you're holding onto that one. Um, the biggest sign that they plan on building a pretty early BKB move if it is him going to be running this Enigma. I'd imagine it's going to be him. We're
Mm.
I don't 10 think seconds Lelis has out. played very Plenty of much time to tell an Enigma, has he? announcer you love him if that's what's in your heart.
Mm.
He's mostly
5
been
seconds.
on like Hoodwink. I think he's played a little bit of Clockwork as well. But his hero pool for the position 4 Radiant's hasn't up. been
Mm-hmm.
massive
Mm-hmm.
massive ever since he switched over to the role. And I don't believe that he has played any Enigma at all. So almost certainly
Yeah,
anything
there.
new here.
I think there was one game I'm looking at here, upper bracket semis against Beast Coast. Nouns ran the Enigma, but yeah, probably not very common.
10 seconds. Like, I just try to watch everything I say.
Ah, it's okay.
5 seconds. Don't want to be revealing anything on the draft. Someone messages Shopify, you're the stream. All right, Neff said this is what they've been playing.
Good one, Neff.
Yeah. But yeah, Enigma picked up, which means getting the last hit is going to be a little bit annoying for RTZ. You're going to have the range group denied once every 2 waves here. So potentially whatever they pick up the safe laner is going to have to be something that does clear out the Eidolons. One option that people have run is the gyrocopter, and that worked pretty well against it, even when even when 10 Moo picked up the buckler that one match.
Yeah, I think that was the
5
one
seconds.
thing that people started realizing is that if you're gonna run this Enigma off lane, almost every Enigma is
Radiant
just
gets
starting
the ban.
Buckler level 1, so that
Mhm.
these Eidolons are a little bit tankier, so they don't feed the gold away from them, and you can actually keep the lane advantage. But yeah, we'll see. They're gonna ban out some mid heroes here. They get rid of the Pango, they get rid of the Bat Rider. Ember Spirit is still in the pool, um, as well as the Storm Spirit. So we'll see what they decide
10
to do
seconds.
here. Definitely targeting on Albed, it seems.
5 seconds. Yeah. Uh, rid of the drama. Yeah, they got rid of the Bat Rider. I was surprised that that one made it through in the last series, and that they didn't pick it on Shopify either. They went for the Storm Spirit instead. It was getting so much flame as well. Like everyone in the chat was going, "Oh boy, Abed Storm Spirit again." I've seen this one before. The guy is a super sick Storm player, though. I don't know why he gets so much shit for it.
I think it was that one EG series a year ago where they picked Storm 5 games in a row. I think that's the only thing. It's a holdover from that, and a little bit of Bulba's stubbornness there. Maybe was it created an eternal meme that hero can never be picked again.
Mhm. That was and it was the best of 5. It is picked at every single game. That's kind of
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I
But
mean, it's
it's got that
starting to trend
reputation now.
towards the Bat Rider being the meme at this point. I mean, it's obviously it's super strong, but yeah, I mean, you give Shopify the chance, and that Abed Bat Rider will come out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think if they're going to go for another safe lane ban here. I mean, they want to protect the Death Prophet lane, clearly, with the Terrorblade Drow bans. So the question is, like, do you focus for another ban, or do you think that's good enough? Like, Nature's Prophet is already banned out. Those are, like, the 3 big ones that come to mind in terms of heroes that can actually lane against the DP. Okay, yeah, and they ban out the Lesh, so I like that. I like the decision. I think they should have a decent lane for the DP here with the like into the Undying with the Tiny, so good stuff, good stuff.
Radiant's up.
Classic silencer.
Ooh, all
Yeah.
right.
Counter to the Enigma. So now he's got not only the Avalanche to look out for, but the Global Science. And this is probably just going to be something they hold up until the Black Hole comes out in every team fight. And it's super easy for Silencer to sit in the back. So you want something with Jump now to counter this one
10
out.
seconds.
Ember Spirit is already banned out. Storm Spirit,
5 seconds.
not amazing against the Death Prophet of the Silencer. So it doesn't feel great. What heroes do you have in mind here that can actually get on top of the Silencer? I know Ricky's a choice if you want to run a pause 4. You start the team fight by getting a Sleeping Dart off onto him.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not sure what Nouns has in the barrel for their drafts, but yeah, I mean, usually when I see something like a silencer, I'm looking for something like Bat or Ember or I don't know. Yeah, like you said, Ricky. I mean, even core Rickies are good against that, but I mean, I don't think that's something we see every day. Tusk, very nice pick as well. That could be a mid. I'm not sure. Do they? Yeah, I mean,
Gunner
it could be
plays it a
Mickey
lot
before
in
at this
mid.
point.
Yeah, Gunner plays a lot
And
of
yeah,
mid.
Gunner plays that. So, you know, Silencer, very squishy hero, can just die to a single punch, especially if you kind of get off to a decent start, get maybe an early Desolator or something like that. And that could just be a good way to start your fight. You just snowball punch, and then boom, that black hole is safe for the entirety of the fight.
It does give you the option to try and save people from like global silence as well, right? You can use the snowball, like BKB, to snowball and save people during global.
Yep.
If they don't get the initiation onto the silencer, which is really good. Okay, I think that's the safe lane. I'm pretty sure this is going to be Yamsun's hero. It's hard to say, though. They could still keep the Shadow Fiend mid lane for Gunner, but it is a hero that does well into the Death Prophet.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd imagine that's safe lane.
They play this?
Yamsun?
I
I mean,
starting in 5 seconds.
I hope so. Like I don't.
Me
There's
too.
there's not many other heroes they could have gone with if you want to go for a safe lane hero.
Yeah, I'm sure they play this. Is going to be fine.
Okay, Neph is
Yeah.
sweating already.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, what-
Shadow
And
Fiend.
the comment I was gonna have there was like, you know, safe lane Shadow Fiend. I mean, it just gets so much damage that like, even if it's silenced, you're just a right click machine, right? Like you don't even really need the ultimate or the raises. Like, yeah, they're nice, but if you're globaled out and you're just BKB'd hitting stuff, like, oh well, you know, like
Mhm.
you're doing damage. So it might be one of those things where they're saying in the draft, we don't play it, but how hard can it be?
Yeah, this Naga Siren is scaring me a
5
little bit,
seconds.
though. Because
4,
again, it gets on top of the
3,
Shadow Fiend very easily. Once you get Agnem Scepter, you can pierce BKB with it. It holds down the Tusk. The Ensnare obviously will stop the Tusk from being able to drop his Snowball, installing out in these team fights.
Yeah,
This is the
and
hero
what-
that you want to commit Black Hole to, but you have solutions for that as well. Like Sounds, you can just hold his ultimate for your Naga Siren solution, which is the Enigma.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and that's one thing that like Shopify has really nicely here is like you usually see Naga just using that ulti to, you know, reset or back away from fights, but
10 seconds.
with, you know, the exorcism and the global to some extent. There's
5
even
seconds.
some
Radiant's up.
aggressive
Time.
setup potential with that song as well here.
So they ban out the Dazzle here as a potential pick. That is a little bit interesting because right now, looking at the draft, like both teams can move some of these heroes around. Obviously, we could be seeing a mid Tiny. We could see a mid Death Prophet. They
10
could be
seconds
needing
left.
like an offlaner.
8.
We talked. One of the things Gunnar said when we had him on the other day is they don't like to really stretch their drafts to their limit. They kind of just were like, this is where we want to put this hero, and they just do that. So like they have an idea already of where these things are going, but you still have to guess if you're Shopify.
Dire gets
They get rid of the Storm Spirit. I think that's probably a safe pick. There is still something like the Doom and the Underlord that are available, which are pretty good counters to the Naga Siren. So I'm curious if they want to try and deal with
You
something
want to
like
see this
that.
pause one Doom
10
again,
seconds.
or do you think the Doom will be? What do you think the Doom's going to be played? Is the issue?
You could
on
run
that.
it position 1, yeah, and go mid Shadow Fiend, or you could
Mhm.
take the Underlord mid or something, right? Like there are some options with their draft. I'm curious if they are just sold on this being Tusk mid because they banned out the Dazzle, or maybe they just has Gunnar played Dazzle mid.
I believe he has in pubs.
Interesting. I mean, he's been playing Kunkka mid as well, so it doesn't seem
Yeah,
like an
I mean-
exceptional Kunkka game, but he could.
I mean, he's got a very deep hero pool. He's
Yeah.
run Crystal Maiden in the mid lane before in one of these tournaments, which is absolutely insane. They'll give me a heart attack if they'll do it here, but it is going to keep Shopify guessing, which I'm a fan of. And it looks like, again, they're just going through the reserve time, thinking about where each of these heroes are going to run. Instead of that, they're just going, okay, what are we the most afraid of? Are we going to be able to finish off a hero if they get like a shallow grave off into somebody? We want to deal with multiple saves on people. The answer to those is probably no. They get rid of the Dazzle. And I think they're probably afraid of like Illusion Clear or something at this point. They do have ultimate last pick on their side. They are able to just counter out whatever it is Nouns grabs next. And I do like their draft quite a bit so far. I think you're just afraid of probably your illusions getting cleared out.
Yeah, I was trying to decipher that Dazzle pick a little bit. I think, what is it? They're just worried the Shard will come out and the Hex will clear the Naga illusions or something. But Primal Beast pick up from now, so I would imagine that does mean the Tusk is relegated to 4 here. Mid Primal, perhaps?
Gunnar's
Safe
played
on
both
Shadowfiend?
quite a bit, so we don't really know exactly. The Primal Beast as a 4 position
10 seconds.
does kind of own the Naga Siren lane because it has enough damage just from its spells to like actually
seconds.
kill these heroes. So it could very well be the 4 position Primal Beast still
Yeah.
in a mid Tusk, which I think fits Noun's playstyle a little bit more.
For sure. And I really, really like the Tusk for what it does to the Silencer, but not so much for what it does to the Naga. You end up in the position where, like, as a core, you really just can't deal with one of the other team's cores. Like, Tusk doesn't do great against that matchup. So I wonder if they saw the Naga and started thinking about how they can swap it around. So yeah, it is going to be Gunnar on the Primal Beast and Yamson on the Shadow Fiend. So we've got a mid Primal, mid Primal.
Whoa. Undying 4 ...
Whoa!
Undying
Whoa,
4 ...
whoa.
Every time from now on,
Maybe they saw that game and thought, hey, let's just make Arteezy miserable. And he's not on a strength hero this game, though. So little less miserable, maybe.
I guess it kind of makes sense in terms of pairing with the safe lane Shadow Fiend. The Tusk does give you a lot more kill potential. You can like set up a ranged raise into a snowball, set up the melee raise, and then you kind of have to play in this like AoE as a hero. You're like, I can't run away because if I run away, I'm gonna get raised again. So it's actually not bad for the lane, but we'll see how it goes. 4 Undying is definitely not something we see all that often.
Yeah, and this could also just be like a thing where, yeah, they're gonna play their lanes. They're in the roles that are opposite, but it ends up being that the farm priority kind of goes one way.
Yeah.
Later in the game, so. But yeah, exciting matchup. This Queen of Pain coming out from Shopify here as the last pick. I mean, that's Queen of Pains are Queen of Pains, It's
Yeah.
like I don't think I've ever seen a Queen of Pain on a draft and been like, whoa, crazy, Yeah,
All right, get
it's the
ready.
Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I mean, I'm concerned about it up against the primal beast here because again, you do your damage by being close to the creep wave, you do damage by being close to the heroes, and if you max out the shadow strike, you are not doing trample damage to people.
Yeah.
He did onslaught
No.
out. I was like, how did Gunner get there so fast? Yeah, he just picked up onslaught level 1 to get that really aggressive ward.
Got the zoomies.
All right.
Wonder
And
if
the
they're gonna
smoke will
know.
actually protect the ward placed on the bottom side there, which is quite nice. So, for those of you who are just tuning in, you missed the lower bracket finals, but you're in time for the beginning of the grand finals. It is Nouns taking on Shopify Rebellion here, a best of 5 series. The winner will be crowned season 14 champion.
Heads up. 30 seconds.
Based on draft, I'm gonna let this go to you, Canuck. What do you think? Who do you favor here on the draft?
Hard to say. I think I'm favoring Shopify just a little bit. Honestly, these drafts are very even, and I think Nouns has a lot of tools to deal with it. But I think this, the Naga with the silencer, it's going to be so hard to just pull apart Shopify later in the game.
Oh, this ward
It's all up to you.
bottom crit.
Those other guys, but
It's going for a nice little wraparound. They do manage to get the double raise, but there's the toss. Just sends Yamson right into the middle. Can they finish him off in time? Saberlight will survive. And you've lost the Shadow Fiend. So beautiful play there from Crit on the Tiny, as now Husky forced to retreat. He will be able to. Ends up popping the salve as he wants to get down to that bottom lane ASAP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Yamson just waiting for his TP to come off. Well, I was waiting for gold to finish an item or something like that. I wonder why he hasn't teleported yet. Yeah, he's gonna buy tangos for Husky before he heads down, rather than have the courier ship them out. So this will protect that one. Not great dying and giving up first blood, but Saberlight starts this lane without any HP. This courier's coming to rectify that again. He's just got a healing salve coming out, but
Yeah, that's
first
one of the
wave?
rough parts about this new wand plus sticks build is like you just you end up with no regen, and if the rune fight goes something like that, your lane is so messed up.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
Some creep
above the
dragging.
salve,
You almost had that.
creep dragging by Husky. No, he was just trying to get some harass off on the Saberlight there.
No, Crit. He's
Oh,
pulled
crit.
the wave, yeah, from behind the tower
Yeah.
there. So he's gonna meet it. I think Husky saw the creep drag coming, and so he's gonna pull the dire wave in to meet it, so he doesn't get the reset. Now we could see Crit do the real wraparound of like cutting, west
And
over to
pulling
the
into the-
rune spot, and then really
Pulling
take
into
it
the mid
around.
lane.
Yeah. I think what we were casting a game earlier in this pro series where one of the supports ran the creep wave all the way to the enemy like tier 2 and then through the whole jungle and then back to their
Okay,
tier
now
3 or
we're-
something. But
Yeah, I think that was in the series I was casting.
yeah, I think you were there. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think they took it all the way to the tier 3. It was ridiculous.
So
It meets in the jungle instead, and it'll block both camps.
classic.
Whether or not these ones are warded, range creeps will sit inside the spawn boxes for both of these. So the 1 minute not going to spawn. And I imagine you've got decent kill potential here on the Death Prophet, but this lane will probably be pretty slow until level 3.
Yeah.
Once you've got 2 point Spirit Siphon, at that point, Crit's going to work on tossing people back into them. Or back into the DP, and then
That
having
says
to
he
run him down.
disconnected. Who just? Oh, that's a voice line. Ha! Dude, I can't even tell anymore.
Boomer over here. He doesn't know the lines.
I don't know the line.
CS wise,
Well,
things going pretty good or pretty much dead even in the mid lane. Are you guys surprised that Arteezy's doing as well as he is? Actually, Gunner, is he gonna live?
He's gonna live. He's just not going to. I mean, are you really alive when you're at this low HP and you can't get close to the lane?
Doesn't
got a
even
rune
pop
bottom
the
we can
fairy
go
fire.
grab.
He ran the numbers.
Yeah. Abed does not have blink. He's gonna go to the bottle, then try to like onslaught to the rune. I think you die for this if you go for it. So, yeah, you can choose not to do it. If he onslaughts in, he's gonna get hit with a shadow strike and not be able to onslaught out. This is what I was concerned about for this lane. I mean, it's relatively even as far as CS goes, but Abed took both runes, just to get no HP right now on the primal. I think one of your supports just like has to tank a death, TP mid to refill your bottle for you.
Yeah, well, and CS is even, but net worth is 500 in the favor of Abed because he got that first blood too. So
Yeah.
he was just a little quicker to the bottle, a little bit quicker to you know, his first set of regen and stuff. So that's really gonna make a big impact on it. You never like seeing the mid laner get a first blood like that.
Oh my. Abed is not level 4. Oh, he fortifies the wave so Abed can't get level 4 off of that and blink onto him.
Oh my God, what a
he's got it
genius!
now.
Coin.
Oh, the brain on this man. My player?
That's crazy.
Yeah. My gunner.
He's holding the point now on Abed still, but Gunner does get a salve, and we'll just onslaught back into the wave to try and get a little bit of XP and CS here. But yeah,
man
this
is getting
dagger spam
bullied.
is such a problem.
Yeah. He's still somewhat even on CS with the Queen of Pain, but then he gets zoned this far from the lane. He's going to start falling behind in short order. You don't want to deal with this. And this is why I was concerned so much with this matchup here. He's doing his best he can with what he's given, but the first blood being given over to
Yam's on
Abed.
bottom. He's got 10 stick charges to play with, but he's in so
And then
deep.
he's dead.
Yep. Just
Yeah,
out of
I think
position for a
bottom's gonna
second.
be the action lane here. Like both of these supports are, you know, kill machines and TP mid from crit here to secure the rune as well.
Yep.
They're
At the
giving
very-
nothing.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, it was you know, your mid here, or your safe laner that died over in the bottom lane, so he's not gonna be able to TP bottom or mid lane, refill the bottle.
Yeah, up on top, Moo is gonna get caught here. The looks like it was just okay. So they got the ensnare and then the slows from the silencer bring them down, but seems like a positioning mistake there. I mean, I can't imagine how you die if you know you see that ensnare coming. You gotta just be in position for it, you know. And this is something I was kind of worried about. I was gonna bring this up in the draft. Is like this top lane, you know, yeah, you're controlling the CS on the Enigma, but you know, Naga Siren, a hero that's notorious for being able to go jungle early, and you know, I think when we see RTZ kind of hit this level 5 area, he's gonna clear the wave, go to small camp, clear the wave, go to small camp, and then he'll be off to the races, right? And what do you do at that point? Like, how do you kill this man?
And Fly got like a nice half pull here too, so he's denying even more XP on over and pulling the wave completely back, which will be really nice. Lelis, he has an ensnare in 3. Okay, he's gonna back off. He wants to go farm the wave. I don't blame him. There's a huge wave coming to tower. Yamsun kind of recovering bottom though, despite his 1 death. I'm curious how he builds this. Like, oh, Lelis just denied. That's fine.
Just suiciding
Yeah.
to building, yeah. And they'll come mid, probably refill Gunner's bottle. Like Gunner's making a rotation up to the top, and before he hits level 6, I'm not sure what he's gonna find up here.
He's
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna
This
get the
is a
bottle
string-
refill and then gank is what it is. So they're just gonna try and kill the Naga Siren. I
This
mean,
could work.
Primal Beast is a hero that can easily do this, and they're assuming he's
Yeah.
playing for water or for the power rune. But
He popped the mirror image early. I mean, if they track down the hero, it doesn't have a dispel.
he's
You
got a
get the
lot of
Malphite
damage.
onto
But
him,
yeah,
potentially.
he's got an ensnare. So
The 2 TPs up here, just immediately reacting to this one. The Queen of Pain's gonna follow him into the trees, and
The
you got
body
all
blocks,
to work
though.
with too.
In.
Oh,
he doesn't even need the Sonic Wave. Gunner's just dead.
Oh no. This is a rough start for nouns.
Dude, those body blocks were so sick. That was gross, dude. He just knew exactly, just preemptively. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna cut off any chance that you had of escaping here.
Yeah. RTZ did not miss a beat there. As he's getting dove, he wraps the illusions back through the trees there because he knows that's the direction he's going to escape through. The man is playing
Yeah.
5D chess over here.
Yeah, and I think that was just a lack of patience from Gunner there too. I mean, like, really, if you're gonna make that gank work, you need to burn the ensnare somehow. So like maybe you have the Enigma go up and get, you know, baited a little bit, try to get run at, and then you go. But yeah, he kind of just dove and was really close to tower, and that made the rotation super easy from the sports. At mid here, Moo goes in and Abed finds him.
I wasn't sure if he was gonna go for the deny with the Eidolons there, but yeah, Abed had that arcane
Wasn't
rune,
quick,
just
but-
instantly sonic the wave. And they've completely swapped lanes. Like, the Primal Beast is permanently top now, and he's now in trouble as the rotation from crit. There's gonna be the avalanche, the toss back. He's got the onslaught. Looking for Artor, won't be able to find him. Instead goes deep into the tree line. And crit, he's got some zombie problems he's gonna have to deal with here in a short moment. And Onslaught, not available, but Trample will be. Gunner, come through the trees, will find Fly here, as he should be able to find the kill. There is an ensnare in one, but a nice stick there. Onslaught back up in 1 second. Gunner with an avalanche, taking a lot of damage, but the toss to cancel. He goes down a third time? Second time. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Yeah, twice up here. So he goes from a rough mid lane, trying to make a recovery by moving top, but he is just shut down. This ensnare, too good against him, and interrupted by the Tiny as well.
Abed got a
Meanwhile, on
DD.
the bottom.
No mana to follow it up, but
Yeah, he's going to clear out these Eidolons. In the bottom lane, they're going to try to come down to Saberlight the second time. They failed the first time on him while that action was happening top, but he just heals so much with his level 3 Spirit Siphon. They tried to go on him earlier, 75 HP a second. This ability is so strong in the early game.
At the moment,
looks like he might be. Oh,
Ooh.
never mind. I thought he was gonna come out of the trees there and try to take a run at Yamson, but he's just chilling.
He is going to do
there it
exactly
is.
that.
Yeah,
Oh no, the
instant TP up, but the avalanche is there.
dude, and the Exorcism puts a good use. He's got it. So he should be able to do
take
quite
a
a bit
lot
of
of
damage to the tower here. Saberlight, cheeky play of hiding into the trees, but level 7 now. We'll get that 4th point in that Spirit Siphon. And they did manage to push Arteezy out of top lane for the moment, but you're still just hemorrhaging in all 3 lanes. It is 0 to 8.
Yeah, Naga Siren doesn't care about being pushed out of the lane, and honestly, Arteezy's coming right back. He's just says, screw it. Yeah, let's fight. And oh no, I guess it doesn't matter. It clears out the illusions, but Doc Gunner was looking for the real hero there. But yeah, Arteezy's just gonna head to jungle. He can farm. He's not concerned about this, and honestly, they got everything they needed to out of that top lane. They held the tower for as long as they wanted. Almost got a trade bottom. Saberlight didn't have the support there to get that tier 1 exchange, but either way, map is looking good for Shopify right now.
Nice Sonic wave from Abed. They know they can just commit heavy here, bring down Moo once again. He pings the ward on the high ground. He's like, they had to have an aggressive ward here, and he's right, but it will cost them their mid tower.
Well, Ward fills his objective. He had mid tower, and all of a sudden, invading the outside of the map is going to be even easier. 0 to 9. They are going to need incredible mental fortitude to not crumble at this one. Every rotation you've made has failed. Every movement you make, Shopify has managed to match. They look very warmed up after that match with 5 rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they looked super strong, right? Like their coordination and drafting in game 1 and 2 last game in the last series was just on point completely. So Noun's got to do some heavy lifting here to try and get back into this. So who are, like, if you're the side of Nouns, like, obviously Yamsun needs to be able to start just picking up farm. He's got to be able to contest like at least some of these cores, but like you can't farm as fast as Naga Siren. So who do you like prioritize giving net worth to on the side of Nouns?
They probably just get a name of all the items he needs to be for them to be able to take a team fight. Right now, it looks like they're working on Vlad's Rage Totem for the Enigma. That does reduce the physical damage of spells as well as auto attack, so they'll be able to kind of fight underneath Exorcism, but imagine it'd be pretty easy for them to clear out the illusions with like multiple ranged heroes, Silencer, Queen of Pain, and the Naga illusions. It gets a little bit easier, but not by much.
Lelis did get a lot of XP, dude. He is level 7.
I think he picked up a lot of XP because Moo was dead a lot of the lane, and he just got the solo creeps out of the tower. But yeah, no, it's looking all right. I think for Nouns, like, you know, I'll shut up. There's a bit of a fight gonna break out here up top.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to get the initiation onto Moo's Enigma once again, so they will find that kill. Gunner able to onslaught away, so he will survive, but you've lost that Enigma for the 4th time, dude. He's 0-4 and 0. I mean, they can't get on the board right now. And now Lelis, he's about to find Exorcism out from Saberlight in the trees. They just claim another.
Just relentless. You know, and what I was gonna say was, like, you know, the Primal Beast was supposed to kind of be your gotcha pick, right? Like you grab it late and it's supposed to be this answer, but In the way that they've, oh my god, he just walks up the high ground into Saberlight. Is he getting away? No.
Just globals him. Oh no.
Oh man. But yeah, it's just been completely ineffective. Got countered up by that quap, and then its first rotation fails. And you know that I know that feeling as a mid. You just wander off, try to find something, and if you don't find that kill on your first rotation, game looks real bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was bad before. It gets worse by spending the time all out of lane, not connecting with anything. Dying, in fact. You get cut off in the trees there.
Yeah. Well, and this is kind of also a good exemplar of why this Tusk and Undying hero are usually seen in opposite roles, right? Lelis has the experience, has gotten his level 6, but what do you do with an Undying level 6? How do you make a fight happen? How do you catch something? Whereas Tusk is still walking around level 5, doesn't have a punch, so yeah, you can snowball in and maybe short somebody off, but who are you catching and how are you doing enough damage to bring them down, right? So I think we're seeing this kind of support swap maybe not work out as well as Nouns might have hoped for.
Yeah, it's definitely seeming like it. Yeah, Gunnar is so low level. I mean, he is barely level 7. He's behind the level 5 or the level 8 silencer. Like, not a good sign. 6k gold advantage, but actually about the same in terms of XP. So.
Let's go on the map. They clear out the illusions, but they actually use this to scout and they commit onto Gunnar again.
Oh, Fly just taunting with the courier, flies it in there to scout, lets Gunnar take one swipe at it, and then flies it away and they kill him. Oh, the song just barely misses on the Enigma there.
So they also lose Lelis top here as Abed shows off the new Witchblade. So that is also a pretty major problem now, as that hero is incredibly scary.
Yeah, so much damage coming out from this quap. And the only reason she can't do more is mana problems. Just, you know, chugging clarities away all game, looking for runes. But, you know, when she's full, that is scary.
Again, when they have a majority of map control like this, look at this. They're farming in 3 jungles right now. Now it's all stuck together inside their triangle. Just on this ancient camp. And
they're going to get the D ward, but it's going to be baited. As an avalanche toss does come through, he does get the snowball for a moment into the onslaught, but a beautifully canceled global silence to keep them in this fight. Husky drops another ward up onto the high ground, tries to get the walrus punch, but Abed slaps him down.
Yeah, and they get the global spent, so maybe there's an opportunity with Black Hole now to find something. But I don't know if Shopify cares. Saberlight's just hitting Roche right now.
What? They ping this one out on Nouns. They can see
they
it.
had a ward. They saw him go in.
Right underneath this, yeah. And you've committed the global already. Stranger than to commit to this one, but this could allow Moo to potentially turn the game around here.
I mean, if Gunnar gets in with a really nice like onslaught onto multiple heroes, they could find kills. But Lelis goes in.
They also don't have the
flesh
song to back away from this too.
Oh, Requiem's gonna get canceled by a nice silence, a snowball on in, but Abed just doing so much damage. There's the black hole, it catches the Death Prophet, but can they finish him off in time? They do. The Roche goes down, the egg is picked up by Abed, and Gunnar on a sliver of HP will be the next to fall. Yamsun on the run, avalanche from Crit, blink up onto the high ground, will give them all the vision that they need. And that is gonna be a double kill for the Queen of Pain, 4 for 1 at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was absolutely an invitation by Shopify. They said, "Yeah, we're gonna go in this pit, and we hope you fight us." You know, everything looked like it was in the favor of Nouns there. The global was down. They had Black Hole. They had the vision of the pit. Heroes were low. There was no song, but still, just the damage too much. Saberlight was able to tank out so much, ate that solo Black Hole, and you know the rest of the damage from Abed was able to just sail through that fight without any stopping.
Yeah. I mean, this is the issue with those Vlad's build-up that Moo's got going on. There's no way to close the gap, and you have to watch out for the avalanche even when global silence is on cooldown. So they only had like a small window to throw that one out where He needs to throw the black hole, catch the Death Prophet so he doesn't get silenced. And while the Avalanche is on cooldown, is just catch the DP or nothing else. And
Yeah, and I get that Naga does you know, some physical damage there, but I'm actually really surprised he went for this Wraith Pact over just going straight into the Guardian Greaves. I mean, you'd think you'd want the Purge for the silence in case the global gets blown before Black Hole or something like that. But yeah, I don't see this Wraith Pact being of huge impact this game.
I kind of agree. Abed will scout out Lelis here, and the blink on forward, drops the good old dagger, and there's no chance of escaping this one. Abed is godlike, 9-0, just 18 minutes into the game, and a score of 1-20. I mean, nouns are on the board, technically, but that is not the board is, that's not enough. Gunner onslaughts right onto a Tiny and Avalanche, waiting for him as soon as he tries to TP out, but not even gonna get a chance. Naga Siren cleans him up, and they're gonna find Tusk as well. All right, now Shopify needs to give up 2 kills for the funny haha numbers, but I don't think they're gonna do it.
the funny haha number is wishful thinking at this point.
What if it's the other way? What if it's
Yeah, I mean
30, like one, like what if Nouns gets a 2nd kill and Shopify gets another 10 kills? Does that count?
More likely at this point.
Yeah, global
I was gonna
silence.
say it might be more likely that Shopify gets to 322 kills themselves.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wait a minute. They have a 2nd kill. They got it. They do have the Exorcism still running here on the side of Saberlight, though. Just coming to an end. Husky underneath the tower. Oh my god, he's got the shard, the fear. Absolutely devastating. I mean, you've doubled your kills on Nouns. That's quite good, but still, every fight just falling apart here for them. They cannot seem to really get a grasp back into this game. At some point, is this like just too rough for morale, or do you just keep playing this one out?
Love the game, baby. You keep playing it out.
It depends on your comms. I think some teams, like, you know, if the room is really quiet and everybody's like, oh, we didn't expect this to happen, you know, and they're all bummed, then maybe you call it. But I've had games like this where you're losing this bad and all you can do is laugh. And sometimes it's good to just roll it out and, you know, say, screw it. Let's make them feed 1 kill and you know, you can have fun with it.
Non-stop wraparound and ganks here from Shopify as they find another kill here onto Moose Enigma. And the supports are just so strong as well. I mean, you have 18 stolen Inth on Fly's silencer already.
Now, if there is any hope for Nouns, it might lie in the 2 BKBs that are about to come up. Gunner is farming bottom, looking for that last 100 gold for his, and Yamson is pretty close to the recipe on his as well. He's about 600 gold off. So maybe if they hit a timing with both of those BKBs and manage to blow up a silencer early, get a decent black hole, you know, it's optimistic, it's hopeful, but that could be something.
Husky was sparring, gets faded by the blink, and now he's going to drop.
Lelis, he should TP. Dude, Abed really thought about letting the Sonic Wave go there. I mean, that would have definitely sent a message, but he held it. But yeah, you're right. Gunner chased down by, is that a hasted? Oh, he was just very fast. Ensnare is going to be able to come out, though. One more auto attack. Naga Siren gets that solo kill.
Yeah, and he was so close to his BKB. I think he used all his mana just clearing out a wave, and then Arteezy was able to just hit him while he couldn't TP. It was very sad. But BKB now up on the Primal Beast, and 100 gold away on the Shadow Fiend. So I think that's the only thing that they're playing for here. I think Nouns is saying, all right, we got 1 in the hopper. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Outpost now taken as they grab the first tier 2. So, I mean, Shopify was controlling a lot of the map before, but now this is even less to work with here, and it doesn't look like they're going to make any mistakes by pushing high ground a little bit too early. I mean, we saw what they did to 5-Rad the previous game, just baiting them out, going, hey, well, we'll dangle a hero here. We'll wait for you to come to us, and that's exactly what they're doing right now with Fly, and you're going to kill into him, but you're outside the base now.
I mean, Saberlight, I don't think he can do this alone. They do have Global Silence with a buyback, which he will finally pop up. The BKBs come out from Yansun as well as Gunner. The Requiem, it's not enough. Death Prophet still lives.
How is Saberlight alive?
Oh my goodness. And now Husky in trouble. Abed blinking forward, trying to get his hands on Gunner. You do have the Black Hole still available, but when are you going to get an option to use it? Gunner trying to onslaught away, but Abed, he's just going to chase. The Avalanche comes through from Crit, and you've lost Gunner. You're gonna lose Yamsun. 4 dead. You will buy back the Tusk, and now Enigma up onto the high ground, silenced up, and there's the GGs. They get dropped. Shopify Rebellion, just super clean game number 1.
Exact same way they took out. Exact same way that they took out 5 Rat 4 staff. They take out nouns, and again,
Absolutely manhandled.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a walloping if I've ever seen one.
I guess the only question here is if Naz is going to be able to reset after this one. Again, they didn't get on the board until it was like, what, 15 kills going the way of Shopify, ended up being a disaster. They tried to go for some unusual strategy here. Like the Proud Beast kind of came out of nowhere. As your last pick, a gotcha, like you mentioned. They switched the Undying, which is almost exclusively played in position 5 over to 4, and it definitely didn't work. All you can do is like throw that one out and try to completely mentally reset before this next match and think that it's a best of 5 here in the grand finals.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna have to kind of, rethink a few things. I think in the draft they really kind of just got gotcha. That Naga Siren came out and it looked like they didn't have a plan for it. I think that Tusk was probably meant to be mid up until they saw that and they went, oh yeah, this isn't gonna work. And then last minute tried to swap something around and oh yeah, maybe we'll run Primal, but like, Primal's just so open to those counters on mid. So a couple little just blind spots in the draft that I think allowed Shopify to just kind of peel this game wide open. And then the play itself was just, great. Like there was just a few things early game that cascaded out to the rest of the game. So we'll see if Nouns can reset and bring it back for a game 2. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to go to a short break, everyone, and we'll be back with game 2 here of this best of 5 grand finals. Again, it is Shopify taking on Nouns. We'll see you in a bit.